Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome to the Traders Reality Channel. My name is Tino. Let's have a conversation. So, the story so far, guys, with Bitcoin. Very interesting behavior, to say the least. All right. So, we need to understand something. What has been happening in order for us to really anticipate what is likely to happen next? Remember, we have to see things in terms of probabilities. You're not going to get no guarantees in this game. And if you think you are, then please donate your money to charity, because you're just going to be giving it to the traders that are aware of what is going to happen. Or should I say, the traders who anticipate a move to happen, and they're going to be the traders that are going to pay to play, because you're going to provide the liquidity, because you will be taking the wrong side. All right. So what has happened so far with Bitcoin for us to get to where we are today? Well, firstly, what we need to do is take a look back at what's been going on over the past couple of weeks, and just to determine exactly the likelihood of us traveling further up or coming back down. You know, I'm not going to give you I'm not going to cover your eyes with the wool and pretty much sell you a BS story. Okay. But what I am going to tell you is there are things that you need to do as traders, and there are things that you must consider before you actually decide to place trades. All right. Look at what's been going on in order to anticipate what may happen next. All right. Uncertainty is something that we always have to maintain in this game. All right. And that's the key fundamental thing in this game. You maintain that mindset, you're not going to be then setting yourself up to surprises. Right? Because you'll anticipate that anything can happen. All right. And that's where a lot of traders struggle. They end up losing so much money, and then hindsight hits them and they say, oh man, what came over me? Well, if you had an understanding of anything can happen, and just because you're in a trade doesn't mean that you have to stay in the trade. All right. Fundamentally, the question really is, how long do you want to be in a losing trade for before you decide that you're wrong? You know, how much are you prepared to pay? And the key thing is to pay as little as possible, all right? And not care, even if the trade goes in your favor after you close your trade, you paid the minimal amount to be wrong, which then gives you the confidence to step back in and maybe take the next direction, all right? So the structure of this video is going to give you Bitcoin's levels. It's going to give you Ethereum's levels, and it's going to give you XRP's levels, or should I say the psychological high and low for the week. Okay, so here we go. Bitcoins. We have got Bitcoin sitting at the 42,597. Now, if you are new to the channel, these psychological zones, okay, are what we call the true form of support and resistance. The reason being is because price itself, okay, forms a high and it forms a low. Now, the psychological levels happen at the start of every new trading week, okay, in crypto. So you can see the time zone itself on this broker here. They start at 3 p.m. on the 7th. So a new day forms at 3 p.m. on this broker. It says 4 p.m. at the bottom, but that's because it's based in Moscow at the time of the actual update itself, okay? But a new trading week starts there, all right? Now, the importance of these zones are this. This is where the market maker sets his spread for the week. So if you don't have this platform, or you're looking to open the platform, you can get this platform in the link in the description. You can download it. It's free of charge to use. Okay. And also, if you want the indicators that I'm talking about right here, you can get them in the Discord. All right. And the good thing is also we actually have them for TradingView as well. All right, so I'll be flipping over to TradingView in a short moment, but I'm just going to get the psychological levels off there on MT4. So here we go. Bitcoin psychological high is, where is it? 42,597. And the psychological low is 41,071. Okay. Next, Ethereum. Well, Ethereum has been busy. Ethereum has been very busy. Ethereum psychological high is 2,636 and 2,500 for the psychological low. XRP, this should be interesting. XRP psychological high and low is 76, so 0.76, and finally 0.73 as the low. Okay, so those are your psychological zones. Now, let's go back to Bitcoin. What's been going on? Well, look, the 41,000, now the 40,000, okay? Remember when we said about the psychological impact of these numbers? Yeah? If you've been paying attention to the actual streams, the importance of this whole number itself is where the market maker builds his positions above key notable areas in order to break down price, okay, and get the best possible fill. And likewise, he does exactly the same on the way back up. So he can build his position below the key 40,000 mark. And when he breaks through, he always ends up breaking up with a conviction, okay? Just look at the 41,000 zone. Let me get that marked off. There you go, just slightly right there. Just for the sake of argument, that's 41,000. Notice, breakthrough, building the shorts above key notable areas and breaking down. Now, what we need to pay attention to is the following. Bitcoin has got this pool of liquidity right here, okay? Now, I'm going to flip over to TradingView so it's nice and clear for you. Bitcoin has got this area to recover. Now, earlier on, it did recover this zone. It tapped the liquidity and came straight back up. We are now witnessing the collection of stopping volume candles, which you can see right here on the 1 hour time frame. Stopping volume there and stopping volume there. Now, you can see that they're actually working the lows because there are traders that are taking longs, okay? And the market makers are hitting all of their shorts, hitting all their stops to bring price down so they can get the best possible fill of longs to the downside with anticipation to potentially come back up at a later point. Now, it's funny how they formed this M pattern formation and now they've pulled straight back, but both instances of these two candlesticks right here had recovered the previous vector zone and they triggered the last vector point right here at this zone right here. Okay, you can see that wick, it just came ever so close into that zone right there. All right. What can we anticipate to happen next? Well, we need to look at where are the next pools of liquidity for Bitcoin. Well, we've got this zone right here. Look at this. This area right here. All right. Which sits at the 200 EMA. Now, Bitcoin has been riding the 50 EMA for quite some time. All right. For us to determine exactly where the interest is and if they do favor higher prices, we should see price come back down to the 200 EMA. In light of the cycles themselves, this is what we would understand to be the rise level 2. Now we've got ourselves rise level 3, notable volume appearing at the highs. Remember, the market maker steps in at the most climatic point in the chart, which is why and the way he uses retail traders to believe that price is going to continue higher. All right. And he doesn't allow them to think it can go lower. All right. Look at what's happened here. Traders that missed out on this move to the upside have gone in with the idea of buying the dip. Okay, price comes down towards the 50 EMA. The retail trader gets excited that he's managed to capitalize on an entry back to the upside. All the retail traders start stepping in. Price spikes up to the upside but closes straight back down. Here we go again with the importance of a confirmation candle. You can see after the 1 hour of this green vector candle, it didn't finish at the highs. Okay, it came back down into the previous zone. It validates the M formation. Because usually an M pattern requires that the first leg has to be higher than the second leg. But if the second leg does break up and then comes straight back down, it's still a valid pattern. Look at the next hour. Confirmation candle right there is a failed move to the upside. Now look what's going on. They are breaking down price. Now, Monday tomorrow. Monday is renowned for a false move, so we may see price continue down lower to recover this previous vector zone and maybe come down to here, which will sit in line with the 200 EMA on the 1 hour time frame, which is consistent with the 4 hour 50 EMA. Okay, now with that being said, guys, remember we're going into an Asian session tonight, so it may get a little bit chaotic. Okay, so we have to proceed with caution. Ideally, what I advise people to do is to stay away from trading on a Monday. However, if you are proficient in the strategy and you've been with me for quite some time and you understand how to trade Mondays, you know, it's on you guys. Okay, but for anybody new, we always say that Monday is the false move week beginning. So there may be a false move to the downside to come into Tuesday so they can move price back up. or they may continue with price going back up to the upside and potentially creating an inverted head and shoulder, a head and shoulders formation where they'll hit the high one more time and then they will drop. Okay, we are expecting a little bit of a retrace, guys. We can't say it's not going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Okay, but we need to work out what side of our entries are we going to be considering. Are we going to be waiting for the 50 EMA to point downwards and price break away from the 50, retrace back up and continue down? So by principle, are we expecting this to happen? Price drops, retraces back up, continuation to the downside, comes back up again, comes back down again, forms a pattern at the 200 EMA and makes a move to the upside. That is potentially what may happen over the course of from now up until Wednesday. Now, ideally, I want to see Wednesday forming a pattern and then hits a reversal and comes back up again. Alternatively, they could just keep sending price up into this zone. So you've just got to make the decision and say to yourself, what is the market maker trying to make the retail trader think? How long is he going to make the retail trader think that price is going to continue higher? Because there are guys that won't close their positions because they still favor Bitcoin to rise. And that will give the market maker enough liquidity to move price down lower so he can take advantage of the stops and the liquidation points from the traders who just won't close. Okay? So we've always got to keep that in mind, my friends. Be aware of what the market maker is trying to make the retail trader think. Okay? Let's flip over to Ethereum. Ethereum has been doing very well. Okay? Look at that behavior by Ethereum. She has just completely taken it by storm. Flipping over to MT4 on Ethereum as well, you can see that she's gone beyond and beyond. She's hit the M5 projection point. They've spiked up to the upside. This is where it may change. However, there's a lot of volume coming in this zone right here, which is telling me that Ethereum may pull back, but she's going to come back with a vengeance if she does. So if I just bring this over to here and I zoom out, what zone has Ethereum? Oh, wow. There you go. There's the projection point. Ethereum has hit the projection zone. Previous pool of liquidity right there. If you go back in the streams, you'll see what I'm talking about. Ethereum has hit the previous pool of liquidity. She's taken out this pool of liquidity right here. Happy days. She's taken this pool, this little pool right here, and she's gone up and taken the daddy of all liquidity. That's the main zone I wanted. Now, usually when price comes back to a projection zone or a pool of liquidity, we are expecting a retrace from that zone. Okay, so please do not make the mistake of believing that you should be entering now because Ethereum is at its highs. Don't make that mistake. I can't tell you what to do, and this isn't financial advice, but based on the understanding of the strategy, we don't buy at highs. Okay? Our goal is to allow the market maker to trap the retail trader because he can only open positions up here if he's committing traders into believing it's going to continue higher. Okay? So please proceed with caution with Ethereum. All right, XRP has been trading really well. Okay, she's been riding the 50 EMA. We got 1, 2, potentially 3 hits on the actual 50 EMA. She's come back and recovered the previous pools of liquidity. That is wonderful for us. Okay, look at that. She's come back and taken those zones. I mean, with the way that the moving averages are and the general overview of cryptocurrency itself, it could actually be one of those instances where they just need to bring price back up aggressively just so that they can bring things back into the norm. Look, she's come back up to the 800 EMA, okay, and she's pulled straight back. Now, we do have this pool of liquidity over here, which sits at the 80-cent zone, okay. We are currently working this pool of liquidity right here, which is also in the 77 zone, which they've actually tapped and they've always pulled price back up away from it, okay. So it's very important that you're aware of the previous pools of liquidity because that's what the market maker is going to send price to. He needs to get price back into those zones so that he can realize a return. The key to the game is to understand when that may happen. We will always be trying to find out the when, okay? That's what's important for us. We can never know exactly when it's going to happen because our goal is to determine the when. All right, we can make the assumption that they'll bring price back to that zone, but we don't know when. And that's where probability comes in. And that's where the concept of uncertainty is. Because remember, we don't know when the market maker is going to make money. Okay, we know he does make money, but we can't know when. And that's where the concept of paying to play comes in. If you've got yourself a series of confluences, you pull them all together, you make the decision for yourself, okay, and say, I'm committed to opening a trade at this point or at this point, okay? If it goes wrong, Ask yourself how long you want to be wrong for and how much you're prepared to pay to be wrong. Okay? And try and keep it as cheaply as possible. If you do realize a return on your position, pay yourself, because prior to actually placing the trade, you didn't know it was going to go in your favor. Okay? Because you didn't know it was going to go in your favor, why would you be sitting on a profit, scratching your head saying, should I close it or should I not? Oh, I don't want to miss out on an opportunity to make more money. You never knew you were going to make the money. So why are you challenging whether you open or close the, keep the trade open or close it? Whenever you get paid by the market, take it, because believe me, my friends, the market is very, very swift at humbling people. Okay? Do try your hardest to not get humbled by the market. If you do get humbled, or you have been humbled by the market, please learn from it. Okay? Because the market will always be around, but how long will you and your capital be around for? Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video has been somewhat informative for you. Okay? We understand what's going on in the marketplace right now. It looks like they're bringing everything back up to the zones. Is Bitcoin going to continue higher? Is Ethereum going to keep moving higher? Is everybody now starting to endorse the idea of cryptocurrency? This return back up in price is a fantastic move for cryptocurrency. Everything's going back up again. But remember, guys, always maintain the concept of uncertainty, because at a moment's notice, they can change it. All right? They can change it at a moment's notice. And if you're on the wrong side of the trade, you're going to be left with a difficult situation. All right? Guys, thank you so much for watching. Okay? I hope you have a wonderful evening. Okay? Please be sure to like and subscribe. And if you are considering joining the Patreon, now is the start of a new month, so you won't have to worry about being double charged. Okay? But more importantly, go and enjoy your evenings. There's no trading for us tomorrow. It's a false move on a Monday. We are going to be prepared for the hunt on the Tuesday. Okay? Tuesday is the day that they make the moves. All right? Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the days that the markets move. Go back in the charts and have a look for yourself. Friday tends to be a bit of a tricky day. Okay? Monday tends to be a bit of a bizarre day. They either don't move price or they move it at the last moment, which is usually around the the London close, New York continuation time. Okay? So wait for Tuesday, my friends. Okay? Wait until then and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Go have yourselves a lovely evening, guys. Mad love and respect to you. Stay safe. Peace.